All right, so we simulated like the first like 2 month and a half, 2 months of the season. So we could take a quick look at the standings. I'm just on my team because I was looking at my team right now. I'll just go to the 76ers because that's just like the first team in the alphabet because 76 is not an alphabet number or letter. I don't even know what I'm saying. But we'll look at the standings real quick. 29 or 28 games into the season for most teams. The Hawks are in first at 22 and 7. Pistons at 21 and 7 in second. Then you got the Celtics, Cavs, Magic, Bucks, Raptors, Bulls, Force, Sixers, Nets, Knicks, Wizards, Heat, Pacers, and the Hornets at the bottom of the East. In the West, you got the Houston Rockets at 1, Jazz at 2, Kings at 3, Suns, Lakers, Grizzlies, Thunder, and Sonics in the playoffs. And then you got the Nuggets, Warriors, Clippers, Blazers, Spurs, Pelicans, Timberwolves, Mavericks in the Western Conference. We'll take a quick look at the power rankings too, I guess. They have Houston at 1, Hawks at 2, then Pistons, Jazz, Celtics, Bucks, Cavaliers, Kings, Bulls, and Suns. And then I'll just scroll through the rest of these teams really quickly. You can see the trending, how you did in the last month, the last week, the last 2 weeks. This is just the overall power rankings for all 32 NBA teams, with the Timberwolves at last. Surprise, surprise. We take a quick look at the season stats as well for each of the teams. We'll look at the league leaders first, I guess. Kevin Durant, Brandon Ingram, Jokic, Doncic, and Trey on points. In rebounds, you got Capella, Jokic, Allen, Jonas, and Joel. For assists, you got Trey averaging 13, which is insane. Steph, TJ McConnell's in there for some reason, John Morant, and Luca. Steals is Chris Dunn, Chris Paul, Mikhail, Jimmy Butler, and Fred Van Vliet. And then blocks is Miles Turner, Jonathan Isaac, AD, Mitchell Robinson, and Triple J. I guess we'll look at turnovers too. Fred Van Vliet, Lonzo, TJ McConnell, Steph Curry, and Kawhi Leonard. The leader in turnovers is Fred Van Vliet only at 3.2. That's pretty surprising. We'll look at field goal percentage too. Ben Simmons, Mitchell Robinson, Zion, Zubac, and Harrell, just some big guys. And then for three pointers, David Johnson shooting 56%, Donovan Mitchell, Steph Curry shooting 52%, Kawhi and Jason Tatum, all these dudes are shooting like 50%. What the heck? That is insane. So we can look at the player stats for all the teams too. I'll just scroll through these. Yeah, I wish there's a way you could like show like only specific stats. Like I would like take out like the field goals made and field goals attempted so I could show like the 3 point and stuff like that. If you want to see that, you can just like DM me and ask me like what did this person shoot from three and I can show you, but I just don't have time to like scroll all the way to the right for all these players and then all the way down. It would just take too long. So I'm just going to show the stats for these 70 for the 32 teams. So you got Jamal Murray and Jalen Suggs leading the way for the 76ers. Pretty solid team here. Building for the future. Jalen Suggs is probably going to be insane. So Milwaukee Bucks, they traded for D'Lo and they got Joel Embiid. They actually didn't trade for D'Lo. That's a lie. They had this big three last year. Also have Lonzo, Kevin Huerter, Cal Kuzma. This team's probably in the playoffs. I can only assume they have a pretty solid team. Chicago Bulls, I believe they were just out of the play, or they were in the playoff picture actually. 21 points per game from Jalen Green, the rookie. Really solid start to his career. De'Aaron Fox is already the second option on that team, I guess, which is pretty crazy. James Bootnight, young team here as well. Cleveland Cavaliers, they got Trey Young averaging his crazy assist numbers. Anthony Edwards also averaging 24 points per game. Jalen Johnson as well. Miles Turner was up there in the league leaders in blocks. So, nice there. The Celtics, I believe, were in the playoff picture pretty solidly as well, with Jason Tatum and DeMar DeRozan, Kobe White, Jonathan Isaac doing his defensive things, Bol, the boss, BJ Boston, very fitting name, and here are the rest of the numbers here. Clippers got Kemba, Malik Monk, Dylan Brooks. I can't imagine this team is in the playoff picture. I think they're dealt a pretty tough hand with some wacky cap, so Pittsburgh Force got Shea, MPJ, Cade, very amazing big young three right there. Jalen Smith there as well. Shouldn't forget to mention him. Was that Cole Anthony or Carmelo Anthony? That was Carmelo Anthony. Okay. Brandon Ingram, Bam Adebayo, Kyle Lowry, Theo Maledon, and Joe Harris, the five leading scorers and double-digit scorers for the Grizzlies. And this is the rest of their team. The Atlanta Hawks, you got DeAndre Ayton, Ben Simmons, Sabonis. This team, I believe, was first in the Eastern Conference, and I think first in the league. No, the Rockets were first in the league, so they weren't quite first in the league. but definitely a really, really good team there for the Atlanta Hawks. Kevin Durant's averaging 30, but then you got Blake Griffin, Drew Holiday. Yeah, dang, this team kind of went downhill. I think a lot of older guys, and I guess Kevin Durant can't handle the load. He's near this team's near the bottom of the standings in the East, as is this team, the Charlotte Hornets. Dejounte Murray, Obi Toppin have a few young guys, but honestly, Cam Reddish too, Gary Trent Jr., Brian Antoine. Okay, they have a pretty young team, so they're gonna develop. No need to fear too much if you're the Charlotte Hornets. Utah Jazz got Steph, Porzingis averaging 20. Wow, Porzingis not being your real life self. Jonas Valanciunas averaging 13.4 rebounds. CJ McCollum's the fourth leading scorer. We got Quickly, Mojave King, Simons, Sadaransky, and the rest of the team here. Sasha Galob, the absolute GOAT. Devin Booker, Colin Sexton, LeBron James are the third leading scorer for this Kings team. Okay. Dennis Schroeder's having nightmares still being on the team with LeBron, but this is the rest of the Sacramento Kings team. The New York Knicks got RJ and Julius Randle. RJ Barrett scoring 26 points per game. Wow. Really good season from RJ Barrett so far. JJ Barea still getting minutes at 37 years old. It's crazy how we say, like, oh, he's 37 years old. He's got to be out of the league soon. But LeBron James is about to be 37 years old as well, which is crazy. John Collins averaging 27 and 11. He's having an all-star type season. This Lakers team, I believe, was in the finals last year, or maybe the Western Conference Finals. I remember Derrick Rose was going crazy in the simulation last season. Orlando Magic, you got Cat, PG-13. Was playing like Pandemic P most of the day in this Game 6 today, but really kind of came in clutch time. Going to be Game 7 Sunday afternoon. That's going to be a hype game. This is the rest of that Magic team. You guys hear that story that the announcers were talking about Nicholas Batum during that game too? That shit was wild. Mavericks got Luka, Jaylen Brown, and Chris Paul. Terrence Clark also in double figures, but I guess the rest of the team cannot carry the load. This team was near the bottom of the conference despite their big three. I guess Jan Mahimi's getting minutes. That's got to be the problem. Brooklyn Nets, you got Donovan Mitchell, Christian Wood, Kevin Love, Darius Garland, and Duncan Robinson as your double-digit scorers. Terrence Ross getting a very inefficient 9 points off the bench as well. I think this team was a playoff team, but I don't quite remember. Denver Nuggets, they were near the bottom of their conference, I think. Or no, that's a lie. They were actually like in the middle of the conference. Maybe I should try to stop guessing where each team is in their conference from looking at the standings for like 2 seconds a few minutes ago, but whatever. Nikola Vucevic, the leading scorer, Mike Conley, Rudy Gobert doing his Gobert things, Denny Avdija, Greg Brown averaging 11 points, Edmund Sumner, and Shabazz Napier also averaging double-digit points. All right, some late career revivals from those guys over there. Indiana Pacers got Levine averaging 27 and 4.5. T-Bone's rolling in his grave right now. Yusuf Nurkic, Markelle Fultz, DeAndre Hunter. Here are the stats for the rest of this Pacers team. The Pelicans, you got Giannis, Montrezl Harrell, Peyton Pritchard, Jordan Clarkson, Rashawn Holmes, Otto Porter, Moses Brown, Luguentz Dort. So there's some higher overalls near the bottom of that team, but they're not scoring too much. Matisse Thybulle also only scored 2.8 points per game. I guess that's pretty realistic, though. Good job, 2K. Kyrie Irving's averaging 25, Kawhi's averaging 25, and Zion's actually averaging 21, but he's doing it on 67% shooting. Damn. Isaiah Stewart, Nikhil Alexander-Walker, Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Richardson. This is a really good team. They actually got some depth to this team. Like the 8th and ninth guys aren't the greatest, but their top 7 is real nice. Toronto Raptors averaging. The Toronto Raptors are averaging. No, James Harden is averaging this. Then you got Siakam, Van Vliet, who's leading the league in turnovers. Eric Gordon, Harrison Barnes, Mason Plumlee, Bruce Brown, Daniel Tice, DeLon Wright, and JaMychal Green. And the 68 overall is getting minutes, I guess. He got minutes one time. Cool. Houston Rockets, you got Bradley Beal, Tobias Harris, Kyra Lewis Jr., TJ Warren. I mean, this is a good team, but it surprises me this team is like 22 and 5. I can't believe that. Definitely overplaying their talent right now. We'll see if they can continue to do that. San Antonio Spurs got Wiggins, Westbrook, Lonnie Walker IV, Vernon Carey, Tyus Jones, not averaging double digits, and this is the rest of their team and what they're averaging. JJ Redick still playing at 37 as well. Yep. Phoenix Suns got Marvin Bagley, Aaron Gordon, Terrence Shannon, Evan Mobley, Steven Adams. Chris Boucher is their double-digit scorers. Alonzo Trier, who's still in the league, is getting some buckets off the bench, I can only assume as well. Seattle Supersonics, let me try that again, got JJJ Jamello as their top 3 leading scorers. Patrick Williams, 2. Naz Reid, very, very, very young team. I believe this team was in the playoff picture. So this young team might finally have their first playoff appearance because I don't think they made the playoffs last year, but I could be wrong about that. Actually, I think they did. Oklahoma City Thunder got Jimmy Butler, Thomas Bryant, Jared Allen, Reggie Jackson, Jalen Brunson, Marcus Smart, Sekou, only 19, Reggie Bullock, DJJ, Udoka Azubuike, and here's the rest of the team for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Minnesota Timberwolves got Buddy Hield as their leading scorer, Kendrick Nunn, John Wall, Oscar Tshiebwe. Really not a good team here, but they have a lot of double-digit scorers, I guess, so a lot of guys making what they can do out of a bad situation in Minnesota. A sentence that, in real life you hear all too much. Portland Trailblazers got Jokic, Devontae Graham as their second leading scorer, almost averaging 20. Off the bench, I can only assume, because they got Brogdon starting. Terry Rozier, Scary Terry, PJ, Grayson, OG Anunoby only averaging 7 points on 30-something% from the field because 2K. The Warriors' second to last team here got AD and Damian Lillard actually not averaging crazy points. James Wiseman having a really good season, though. But I guess the bench is not quite doing enough, especially, the bottom of this rotation is really, really slacking for them. Norman Powell and Tyrese Maxey were playing pretty well, but besides that, it's a five-man team. Karis LeVert, Laurie Market, and Saban Lee, Malik Beasley, Amar Silla, and Shake Milton are the double-digit scorers for this Wizards team. And then this is what the rest of their team is looking like. So, I've shown the contracts in recent videos, so I'm not going to show the contracts, but I will show the updated cap space each team has for this year, like this season that we're currently in, and next season, which, kind of counts like the cap space when you're going to free agency whenever we get there. So I'll do a quick, scroll for both of these columns. Got the Milwaukee Bucks here, Chicago Bulls, Cleveland Cavaliers. Boston Celtics have $71,000 in cap space for this year. We got the Los Angeles Clippers, who freed up a lot of cap space for next year, so they did a good job getting rid of salary cap. Pittsburgh Force, Memphis Grizzlies, Atlanta Hawks. This is a really good team with cap space for next year, so that's an interesting thing to keep an eye on. Miami Heat have some cap space for next year. Charlotte Hornets, Utah Jazz, yeah, I don't have cap space. Sacramento Kings, New York Knicks have $102 million. Do they have a single contract on the books for next year? I guess they have a few, but not many. Los Angeles Lakers, Orlando Magic, Dallas Mavericks have a bunch of cap space for next year too, but that's also because I think, Chris Paul is gone and Luka Doncic needs an extension. Brooklyn Nets, Denver Nuggets. Keep in mind that the player options and team options do not count to the salary cap room. So the New Orleans Pelicans, for example, have $24.51 million in salary cap room for next year, but that does not include like Otto Porter's team option or anyone else's. Detroit Pistons have some cap space for next year, none this year. Raptors in the same boat. Houston Rockets got a lot of cap space for this year. Bradley Beal's a player option though. San Antonio Spurs, Phoenix Suns, Seattle Supersonics still have a little bit of money to take in this what was I gonna say? This year. There's definitely another word I was looking for. Here are the Timberwolves, the Trailblazers, the Warriors, and the Wizards. Trying to think if there's anything else that I really have to show. Yeah, I don't think that there's really anything else that I have to show. I can show the picks, I guess. I'll show the picks really quick. I'll just scroll through these teams really quickly. But that's pretty much all I have to show. As I was saying in the stream for the people that were there, I'm going to give you guys till Sunday night in order to make trades before I simulate another month or so into the season. And that will be to like the day before the trade deadline, but you'll still be able to make trades after Sunday. And then on Wednesday, we're going to simulate past the trade deadline throughout the season and then to the playoffs. So we're going to simulate the playoffs in a playoff stream on Wednesday evening, night slash, 7 p.m. EST, or if any other time works better for other people, we can do that as well. And, from there, yeah, like I said, we'll do the playoffs on Wednesday, and then the off season will go. And I will, after the playoffs, I'll obviously upload a video showing you guys, everything that you need to do in the off season. So, scrolling to the last half of these picks right here for these teams. Got the Nuggets here. Got the Pacers, Pelicans, Pistons, Raptors, the Rockets. Oh, the Rockets got a lot of picks. Buckle in, guys. We have to scroll all the way down through all the Rockets picks. GM Luke on the case. San Antonio Spurs here. They also got a healthy serving of picks. So, I know they're not in the greatest situation having Russell Westbrook under contract. Sorry, I'm not a Russell Westbrook hater, but not a great contract in 2K or in real life. Oklahoma City Thunder here as we wrap up. They have all their picks. Timberwolves, Trailblazers have most of their picks, and the Golden State Warriors have a few extra picks as well. So I'll, say in more detail what you guys need to do as it comes. Um, I guess I can show the award races too. That'd be kind of fun. Right now, MVP is Jokic, Trey Young, Joel Embiid, Luka Doncic, and AD. Rookie of the Year is Cade, Jalen Suggs, Jalen Green, Oscar Tshiebwe, and Greg Brown. Sixth man is Devontae, Greg Brown, Onyeka Okongwu, Obi Toppin, and Kendrick Nunn. I want to see this out of you, Obi. DPOY is AD, Isaac, Giannis, Kawhi, and Bam. Most improved is Saban Lee, Cole Anthony, Obi Toppin, Jalen McDaniels, averaging 6.9 points as most improved. I mean, I guess. And Lonnie Walker. And that brings us back to there. These are, I guess, the all-star votes right now. You got Jokic, Giannis, AD, LeBron, Vucevic, Butler, Ingram, Curry, Luka, Dame, Beal, and Booker. And in the East, you got Durant, Leonard, Joel, Ben Simmons, Cat, JT, Zion, with James Harden, Trey Young, Kyrie Irving, Jamal Murray, and Donovan Mitchell. So you guys have until Sunday night, simulate another month and a half of the season. Haven't decided if I'm going to do it on stream or just do a video recapping it. But I'll see you guys on Sunday. Peace. Good luck making trades, everybody.